My guest this evening is Paul Glynn. He is the director of Sandler West M25. How do you avoid the pitfalls of employing someone who really, quite frankly, was great at the interview, but you didn't recognise all the downsides of that particular person? How do you go about making certain that you get yourself a really good salesperson?
What it is that most businesses at some point when they're growing need to seriously look at hiring somebody to help with them on the sales side. And if you get it right, it's a huge benefit to the organisation, obviously. But the trouble is, if you get it wrong, it can be massively expensive. It can be so dangerous. And so we actually talk about the search model. And it's a mnemonic, and it's talking about skills, experience, attitudes, results, cognitive skills and habits. But most people seem to be kind of like charmed by the sales interview, as you say, they've been so keyed up for. And then perhaps they're overlooking the fact that really and truly they're looking too much for experience. Many times I'm told that our business is very niche, our industry is very specific. You have to have an awful lot of experience to be able to work in our industry. And I'd say, well, I'm not entirely sure that's true. Yes, some experience is important. Just because one has got 20 years experience, that doesn't mean to say you've got 20 years of experience. It could be 20 times 1, right? It could be that you got to a certain level in your first year, and then you just repeat that first year 20 times over. So we've got to look at skills and experience and attitude, for example. And attitude is probably far more important than anything else. You need somebody that's got ambition and drive. You need somebody that's prepared to go out and do the hard work. You need somebody that's got the ability to open and close business, and that a lot of it comes out of attitude. And then we need to look at results as well. We need to see, okay, you've had a lot of experience, but how is that actually translated into real life? That we have to be a bit careful. It could just mean they've been in the right place at the right time with the right product, and they've just been an order taker. But again, it's some sort of clue. And then what cognitive skills have they got? Do they have the ability to pick up what it is we need them to pick up quickly? Will they understand the business, the internal and external politics that's involved quickly? And more importantly, perhaps even than that, what habits have they got? And can we guarantee they're going to come in on time? Are we sure that they're going to do what we need them to do on a regular basis? So what sort of, are they good at keeping notes, for example, and following up? And sometimes it's very, as you say, it's very hard to do that because we get suckered in, and so do they at the end of the day. They think, as you say, they're doing everything they can to give you what you need. So that's the reason why we would say, for goodness sake, please do, if you possibly can, use some objective psychometric assessment. Give us an insight into what their strengths and weaknesses are, and then we can make a decision. Am I prepared to put up with the fact that the guy has got such a low self-esteem? I mean, is that going to be a deal breaker? I'd probably say yes. That quite often the good salespeople don't actually know how they're doing it. They just know they do it. They're so natural, they can't bottle it for you. So, and also the good sales director, the good seller, the sales director, the sales manager, is he necessarily going to be a good sales director or sales manager in the sense that, well, what's the role of those? Well, I was told that by Bob Patmore, my very first sales director, that the role of a sales manager or sales director is to recruit, motivate, train, and sell. And he's right, those, in that order. Recruit, motivate, train, and then sell. I'm Paul Glynn from Sandler Training West M25. We help through assessments, training, coaching and mentoring to get better at managing your sales and sales management. So I want to leave you just with these thoughts. If you are a growing, expanding small business, at some point you will have to consider hiring salespeople. Hiring anybody is risky. Hiring a salesperson is critical. Get it wrong and it could actually cost you your business. Salespeople are typically brilliant at smoke and mirrors, so just be aware of that in interviews. Psychometric assessments can help blow away at least some of the smoke. They're not hire and fire. Recruit in a hurry, repent at leisure. Always be recruiting. Understand what you really want, have a process in place to ensure you get it. And don't be shy to asking for outside help from someone like Sandra, I guess.